Hello, my name is Lin Yanxun. Today I'm going to talk about chemical bonding. If one atom is much stronger than the other, it can pull an electron away from its partner. The atom that takes the electron becomes negatively charged, and the one that loses it becomes positively charged. These opposite charges attract each other, and this connection is called an ionic bond. Take table salt for example. Chlorine atoms are much stronger than sodium atoms at pulling electrons. They take the electron that is farthest from the sodium nucleus. This turns the sodium atoms into positive ions and the chlorine atoms into negative ions. Because opposite charge attract, they pull together to form an ionic bond. These ions don't just stay in simple pairs. Instead, they arrange themselves into a 3D grid called a lattice. In table salt, every single sodium ion is bound to 6 chloride ions, and every chloride ion is bound to 6 sodium ions. This strong repeat structure is what made table salt a solid square crystal. Atoms can also form bonds by sharing electrons. In this case, two atoms both provide electrons and share the pairs between them. This means both atoms get to use the electrons, which help them stay stable. The attraction between the atoms and these shared electrons is called a covalent bond. The third way of bonding is called metallic bonding. In this type, metal atoms don't take each other's electrons. Instead, they give their electrons away into an electron sea, where the metal ions are arranged. Because this electron sea can move freely between the ions, metal is often a good conductor. The number of bonds an atom can form depends on its electron arrangement. Only the electron is in the outermost orbital, the one furthest from the nucleus, can participate in bonding. For example, carbon has 4 electrons free to bond, so it usually forms 4 bonds. Oxygen forms 2, and hydrogen forms just 1. Following this rule allows atoms to connect and build everything from simple gases to complex DNA. There can also be 2 covalent bonds between 2 atoms. This means both atoms each provide 2 electrons to share. In chemistry, these 2 pairs are different. The first pair forms a strong connection called a sigma bond, and the second pair forms an extra connection called a pi bond. You can see this in oxygen gas, where 2 oxygen atoms are held together by this kind of double bonds to stay stable. Group of atoms that are formed by sharing electrons are called molecules. These molecules can be very small, like oxygen gas or water, but they can also be huge, like DNA, which is made of billions of atoms all held together by these tiny bonds. Thank you for listening.